I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. Just, I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in every one of you. Disappointed in every one of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it no more.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
We just killed those fucking men.
Do about it.
You're happy because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. You're happy because you got nothing. You got nothing.
I want to get out. I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA boxing.
Welcome to BDA Boxing, the boxing debate arena. Special Saturday show. I want to hear from you guys. Who's the best pound-for-pound boxer? What's your pound-for-pound list? The phone lines are open, and I might send some links to some people, but yeah, I want to really hear from you guys because things are changing right now. By the way, let me post. Well, shout out to everybody in the chat first. Who do we have here? Dat Funk Tapas or Tapus? I don't know. Abandon, The Annihilator, Fight Schedule, Bray, Jay Perez, Knockout, Ned, Daniel M, Rapax, Shocking Company as always, Earl Stevens, John Baker, and Piñata Canelita, who says, Andrade is king now. I gave him my crown. That's right. A lot of people are really high on Andrade. I have to stop calling him Andrade. All right. Where the fuck is I had like the pound for pound lists from oh, there we go. Here we go. If you look at your screens, you can see the Ring Magazine top 10 pound for pound boxers, ESPN as well. They have Terence Crawford number 1. BoxRec. I don't know what the hell. BoxRec uses some point system that I still don't fucking understand. They have Alvarez number 1, Bivol 2. Anyway, Steady Atlas also put him in there. He has Tyson Fury, number 8. So, yeah, some people do add heavyweights to their list. I add heavyweights. I think originally it wasn't supposed to be. The whole point of a pound for pound list was to find out who the best boxer was, except for the heavyweight division. I add heavyweights. If they're dominant, I think they should be able to make it into that list. All right. Remember, guys, phone lines are open. Number is on your screen. And we already have some people in here. We have Gonzalo and Mr. BDA. I don't know if Mr. BDA will be able to join us for the full show, but let's go with Gonzalo. Gonzalo, what's up?
Hey, what's up, King Bucho?
Yeah, what's up, man? So, yeah, we're going to be discussing the pound-for-pound list. I was surprised that Cambosos didn't show up on any of these lists that I was looking for on the internet. What do you think about that?
Well, let's see what he does in his first title defense when he faces Devin Haney. He's got that one good win. I know he was undefeated, but he pretty much before the Teofimo Lopez win, he had beat like these French contenders. No,
Exactly.
I can't think of those names off the top of my head, but yeah.
Yeah, because some people are adding Bivol to their pound for pound list, and some people are saying, well, Bivol all of a sudden appears in the pound for pound list just because he beat Canelo. But no, he was a champion. He had some title defenses, as opposed to Cambosos, who wasn't a champion. And like you said, he hasn't even defended his title yet. So we have to wait and see what he does against Haney. But if he beats Devin Haney, Gonzalo, would you start considering him a pound for pounder?
Of course, because he's solidified himself as the guy, with that whole email title and the controversy. They can finally put that to rest, and we could consider Cambosos the true, what is it, 135 pounds?
Yep.
Yeah, champion. Because ever since like Lomachenko, that belt has been exchanging hands. Now when you got a guy that finally defends it, it would be probably one of the first times that a guy that's got all the belts, well, he would be gaining all the belts. But basically what I'm saying, yeah, like all these like undisputed talks, those guys have never like kept the belts and defended them. Yeah, but they got that one belt, the email belt. But anyways, right. Yeah, it would look good on him. It would look like he's doing good. Like he's stringing together a couple of victories where ever since like Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez didn't do that, and so forth.
What do you look for in a top pound for pound boxer? Like what is it, the eye test only? Because I remember to the Atlas, a long time he gave us an explanation as to how he chooses his pound for pound boxers, and it seemed to me like these guys, what he said is that it depends on the eye test. Like, but to me that's incomplete. You gotta look at the record as well. What do you think? What do you look for?
Everything, man, everything. And now it's been a while since I like done a list. It kind of got mundane and old, and people were like, we haven't really been talking about it like for the last, I'm going on 2 years with the whole COVID thing and everything. I would have to like bust out a pen and paper. Pen and paper. But what do I look for? I would say like the intangibles. What do you have that other people don't have like in the world? Like for example, Gennady Golovkin, he has like a superhuman chin, fucking great punching power and those things. But so, okay, he has those two things, but what other things does he have and what does he lack? So once you get that, you can say, oh, well, he's got speed, punching power in the chin, or timing, or whatever you want to call it, stamina, but then he might lack one thing. Then that's one thing. And another is like the record. And one thing to consider, it's the eye test as well. And how active has he been fighting? Okay, did he fight a tough match, but did he kept that going with more matches, or has he been inactive? Like Noah Inoue was in a good run. He was probably number 2 or number 3, but then I don't know what happened to him. So that's one thing to take into account. The how do you call it, Bucho? The activity rate.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, because remember there was a whole thing with Usyk at some point because he had won the World Boxing Super Series, and so a lot of people had him like top 3 pound for pound, but then he was inactive for a long time, and so people were like, well, when do we take him off of the pound for pound list? You know what I mean? So yeah, activity is also something to consider. Let's take a phone call. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No, and like the whole Terrence Crawford situation, I don't really know how to break that down. I mean, because you need other people's opinions. I guess like he was champion in other weights, but then he moved up. But he still has like a lot of. He has done a great body of work in the other divisions. Just because he hasn't faced that one guy at Errol Spence at welter doesn't mean that you shouldn't consider what he's done in the past, because it is a pound for pound list, right?
Right, but he hasn't. Can you be considered the best pound for pound and not have fought the best guy in the division for years?
That's the thing. If you clearly have been like stalling, ducking, or whatever the case is, and it's not looking like you're that willing to make it happen, it looks like you're not that hungry, or you're not the badass that you claim to be, right?
Right.
You kind of have to want it.
Like when De La Hoya moved up from 140 to 147, I think he had to wait 2 years until he fought Trinidad? from 97 to 99. Am I correct or am I wrong? I forgot. But that was like 2 years. And during that time, he was considered a pound for pounder, even though he hadn't fought Trinidad or even Icorte. But then he fought Icorte. But anyways, but it was only 2 years. Then he fought Trinidad. But at this point, Crawford has been in the welterweight division for longer than that, I believe. And, you know, people still having number one pound for pound. But, like, how can he be a pound for pound if he's not even the best welterweight? He has to prove that he's the best welterweight. And it's been fucking years. So, no, I don't. Well, we'll talk about that later. I want to hear from you guys first. Let's take a phone call. 720. You're on the air. 720.
Yo. First BDA.
This is Bucho, by the way, not Mr. BDA.
Oh, okay. My bad.
No problem.
Mucho.
Yeah.
First, retract your statement saying Crawford is not the best welterweight. The pound for pound list is not a welterweight list. The pound for pound list is a list for all weight classes in all weight divisions. Now, Crawford has been undisputed at 140. He's been a champion at 135. He's been a champion at 147. He's defended his belt, five, six times, and knocked out every single person. So that is a good body of work. Now, we have to bring in politics in terms of different promotional bodies, and, you know, you have PBC, you have Top Rank, you have the Zone, and all that. You know, you have boxing politics. We can't avoid it. And that's why Crawford has not been able to face the level of competition people want to see. Hopefully with the Errol Spence fight, that takes care of all that. But my pound for pound list, I would still have Terence Crawford as number one. I would still have Terence Crawford as number one. Canelo has dropped down to number two because of this loss to Bivol. Canelo is I would say the golden egg. He's the golden egg. He brings the most money. He brings the most fans. You know, Canelo is a superstar in the sport of boxing. So Canelo would have dropped down to number two. I would have Spence number three because of what he's doing in the welterweight division. I would have Usyk as number four. And I would have Tyson Fury. People can have their opinions. Yeah. I would have Tyson Fury as number five as well. And I would still have Lomachenko. This guy became a three-division world champion. I think he's the fastest three-division world champion in history or something like that.
Probably.
So and I'm not gonna lie, like people can have their opinions about Loma, but Loma really fought the best right from like his second or third fight. Like he didn't fight no Uber drivers or cans, or he went after like the guys that were up there. You know, the Rigondeaux, I can't remember that Jamaican guy's name. You know, he went after the top guys in whatever division he was fighting at. So Loma still should be there. I would have Bivol as my number 7 because of what he's done to Canelo. And before the Canelo fight, like look at Bivol's resume. Joe Smith Jr., all the other top guys that he's actually defended his belt like 4 or 5 times. And he's had like a couple, top fights before this Canelo fight. So this Canelo fight, hopefully, just puts him on that pedestal and that platform to be on that list, which I believe he deserves to be on that list because of his amateur experience and the body of work he's had even before the Canelo fight.
Right.
So that's my opinion. And my number 8, I would have Shakur Stevenson.
Oh, I fucked up your list. Sorry, I fucked up your list. Who did you have before Bivol then? Who do you have number 6? Lomachenko.
Before Bivol, I had Lomachenko. Before Bivol, I had Lomachenko.
So you're at 6.
I had Loma
you have
at number 7. At number 7 was Loma.
Okay.
No, Loma was my number 6. I'm sorry. Bivol was my number 7.
It's one missing.
So it goes in Loma 6, Bivol 7, Shakur Stevenson 8. So the reason I have Shakur Stevenson is because if you look at Shakur's career, that dude has only 18 fights. But look at what Top Rank is doing with his career. Look at Tank Davis. Tank Davis has 26, 27 fights. He's 27 years old. His best fight was Pedraza. He's been picking up interim titles in different weight classes, doing nothing, absolutely nothing. Shakur only has 18 fights. Shakur is a 2-division unified champion at 130. So that's why I would have Shakur Stevenson as my number 8. And my number 9 coming into the pound for pound would be Jermell Charlo, the younger Charlo, because of what he's done at 154. This guy actually went ahead. He doesn't have he has a loss on his resume because of the Harrison fight. He got a knockout in the rematch. Went ahead, took the belt from back from Harrison. Took 2 belts from Rosario, and now took the belt from Castaño. The Castaño fight 1 and 2, these are easily fights of the year. These are not easy fights. And Jermell Charlo has proved that he had, and luckily for him, all the belts were in the PBC, so they were able to make those fights. Unlike his elder brother, Maul, who was struggling at 160 and can't pull any good fight to save his life. Luckily for Mel, he's had. Go ahead.
Yeah, somebody's saying this. People are saying this. How do you have Shakur over George Kambosos?
George Kambosos hasn't fought anybody aside Lopez fight.
But that's a big win,
Timo Lopez.
The undisputed. You could say he's the undisputed lightweight champion in a way. If you don't want to count that WBC.
He still has the WBC.
But you know what I mean.
If Kambosos can defeat, I know what you mean. If Kambosos can defeat Haney in June, then he will get on the pound for pound list. For now, I feel like he just defeated Lopez. Lopez got lucky against Lomachenko. If Lopez were to give Loma a rematch, he would have gotten knocked out. Lopez got lucky against Lomachenko, took all the belts. Kambosos went into a fight with Lopez and did his thing. I'm not taking that away from him. But if you look at Kambosos' resume before Lopez, who was he fought? I'm asking you, who was he fought that he deserves to be on the pound for pound?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, he hasn't fought anybody. Now, if he defeats Devin Haney, for sure, then he deserves to be on that list because you're taking out like the top 1 and 2 in 135. That's not an easy thing to do. So let's wait till June, and we'll see what Kambosos done against Haney. Then to complete my list, I have Charlo at number 9, and I still have Roman Gonzalez at number 10, Chocolatito.
All right. Well, for some reason, I'm missing your number 5. You have Crawford, Canelo, Usyk, Fury, and then I don't know who you have before Lomachenko.
I have Crawford, Canelo, Spence as number 3. I have Usyk, Fury, Loma. 4, 5, and 6. I have Bivol, Shakur, Charlo, Chocolatito. 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'm gonna have to challenge you on your Spence Crawford thing here. See, here's the deal with Crawford.
Why?
Because he hasn't done anything important in the last few years. I mean, yes, he's defended the WBO belt, but to me, to become the pound for pound, you need to, at some point, when you're in a division for several years, you need to be the champion of that division. And right now, he's not. I think he beats Spence. Sorry, I think Crawford beats Spence, but we haven't seen that fight yet, so we can't really say that he's better than Spence until they fight.
Right. You have a good point, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of politics that Crawford does not have any control over.
I agree.
Trust me, if Crawford was in the PBC, he'd have had all this fight.
But you're admitting that he hasn't fought everybody in the division because of politics. So how can he be pound for pound if he hasn't fought everybody? That's my issue. That's the only issue I have.
Crawford's pound for pound rating is based on his body of work, in his 3 weight classes combined, not just welterweight. But like I said, pound for pound is not a welterweight list. So are you saying Spence should be number 1 instead?
No,
or Canelo should still be 1 and Spence should be 2?
I think Canelo, you should move him like number 5, mid table. I think Usyk's still, in my opinion, the best pound for pound boxer right now. He's heavyweight champion, man. Almost undisputed. He's unified.
Right. I have Usyk at 4, and just because I think Usyk has he doesn't really have that many fights. And I know he was the undisputed cruiserweight, and then he moved up to heavyweight, and then he defeated Joshua. So let's see what happens in a rematch.
Right.
Aside, I don't know how many superior heavyweights he's faced. I know he fought what's this guy Chisora. but I don't think Usyk has really tested himself at heavyweight, besides Joshua. But we don't know what's going to happen. It's like I said, it's not a straightforward black and white list. Everyone can have their opinions.
Yeah.
But my list, yeah, like the reason for me putting Bud up there is because I know how good this dude is. Mm-hmm. I know what he's done in the different weight classes he's been at before welterweight. And the reason why he hasn't had this fight is because of politics. And hopefully that, these different promotional bodies or whatever come together and make this fight that the fans want to see. Hopefully Crawford can, get the fight with Spence, move up to 154, get the fight with Charlo, and, the fans will be the happiest at the end of the day. So I totally understand where you're coming from. So that's my list, though.
All right. Well, good list, man, and we'll see what happens with Crawford. Hopefully he gets that fight this year. Thanks for calling, all right? We're going to move on.
We'll see. All right, no worries. Appreciate you guys, man. Have a good one. Yep.
You too, man. All right, let's take another phone call. 484, you're on the air, 484.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Olaf.
Yo, what's up, man?
Can I do, you want me to go 1 through 10, or can I go 10 up to number 1?
Yeah, let's do that. 10 to let's give it some suspense. All right, let's go.
Okay, number 10, I have Shakur Stevenson. Number 9, I have Better Beef.
Just give me some time because it takes time to find the names here. All right, so you have number 10, Stevenson. Do you want to give a little explanation, a quick explanation as to why?
Yeah, I mean, he's a two-weight champion. He's unified at 130. He's got a win over, probably arguably the best guy at 130, which was Valdez. So, I mean, he has a nice little resume for someone who's like 23, 24 years old. I think he might be younger than that. I'm not sure what his age is. But, just for that, I have him number 10. Number 9, I have Better Beef. And I don't put heavyweights on my pound for pound list. But number 8, I have Better Beef.
Number 9.
I'm sorry. Number 9, I have Better Beef. Yeah. And then number 8, I have Lomachenko. I mean, he would be higher, but he doesn't have a title, and he's been inactive for a while. I'm probably going to have to take him. I'm probably going to take him off the list like in the next few weeks because I think the winner of Kambosos versus Haney should be on the list, and then Better Beef should be elevated if he beats Joe Smith. So, but number 8, I have Lomachenko, and then number 7, I have Bivol. Bivol. I mean, his win over Canelo was good enough to get him on the list, and I think that he has, even though he only has one title, he has a better resume than Better Beef. Like, his best 3 wins are better than Better Beef's best 3 wins. I know he has 20 fights, and Better Beef has, I think 15. But I just think he has more. I mean, like his 3 wins are better than Better Beef's best 3 wins. Number 6, I have Josh Taylor because he was higher, but basically, his last performance was terrible, and he just vacated the WBA belt, so he's not even undisputed anymore. So I have him at number 6. Number 5, I have Inouye. Number 4, I have Jermell Charlo. Like, he just has over an extended period of time now, he has some quality wins, and obviously he's undisputed. I don't think he lost to Tony Harrison the first time, and I think that he beat Castano the first time, honestly. So he should be undefeated in my opinion. But I have him number 4. Number 3, I have Spence. I mean, I know Spence. He hasn't fought Crawford, but he's fighting all the welterweights are basically on the PBC side, and he's ran through pretty much all of them besides Keith Thurman at this point. So, and he's got 3 belts. So I mean, he should definitely be top 3 in my opinion. And then number 2, I have Crawford, and I still have Canelo number 1, even though he lost to Bivol, just because it wasn't like Canelo was campaigning at 175 and lost there's like that loss isn't enough like to negate like his accomplishments over the past 5 years, really, even probably longer than that. I mean, he went up to a weight class that he should never have been at to begin with, and fought the best guy at that weight class. So I don't think like his stock like dropped at all by taking that loss, in my opinion. So I still have Canelo number one.
Interesting take. Yeah, because I mean, if he would have lost to a super middleweight, maybe it would have been a different story. But he still did lose, though. He lost, and he was a favorite. But I get your point.
Let's bring Mikey Garcia while we're at it. Let's bring him.
Yeah, you're right. All right. Well, caller, thanks for calling in. We'll talk to you again next time. All right.
All right. Take care. Thank you.
See ya. All right. Let's delete this. Sorry, Gonzalo. I didn't know you couldn't hear me, man. Or hear the call.
Oh no. Yeah, I can't hear him.
Yeah, now you can hear them, no?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's take another phone call. 860. 860. Yo. Yo going. All right. I don't know what's going on. All right. Well, that was the mystery call. Gonzalo, what do you think so far about this pound for pound lists?
Pretty good. That's pretty good. I would probably put Golovkin like in there at number 10, because look, in the past this happened before. Bernard Hopkins, Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, like the old dudes have always been on there. And to me, Golovkin is probably he should be undefeated, right? And the whole situation with Bivol, it's interesting because I think he's got like 10 title defenses. He's probably like third, I believe, like all time, behind Bob Foster, who's tied for second place, along with this other guy named Gus Levich. And I think number one is Dariusz Mikulczewski. And I think that, you got that one. Those two tied for second. And number 3, I think it's Bivol. And like just by years, it would be the Mongoose, the dude from Archie Moore. But that's only like 9 defenses. But he had it like for many years, spread apart. But like as far as like number of defenses, Bivol is like number 3 of all time now. Yeah, he's got great wins, man. He hardly loses any rounds.
Yeah, but he has to unify though. Sorry, did he already unify? How many belts does he have?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think they got 2 a pair. No, he's got the Joe Smith Jr. belt, and I think Beterbiev's got two belts as well.
Yeah. I want to thank Rapax Trucking Company for his contribution, his super chat. He says, those Second Renaissance shows have been top notch. That's right. Check out the Second Renaissance channel. I believe there's going to be a show later today, so stay tuned for that. Let's take another phone call. 301. You're on the air. 301.
Hey. All right. So I'll start in descending order. So first I got Vasil Lomachenko.
Okay.
Then at 2, I got Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko. Then at 3, I got Vasil the Matrix Lomachenko.
Uh-huh.
At 4, I got Vasil Lomachenko with an injured right shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then at 5, I got Usyk. 6, I have Crawford. Then I have, let's go with Shakur Stevenson at 7.
Mm-hmm.
8, Stephen Fulton. 9, Jerron Ennis.
I think you're drunk.
10,
I know it's Saturday, but it's too early. I think. Where are you from?
This is my eye test list in case.
Yeah,
you,
exactly. No. We're not doing the Teddy Atlas list. But anyways, thanks for calling. All right, man.
Yeah, no problem. All right, have a good one.
All right, people, come on. Churchill hour, or what's it called? Churchill time. Start drinking fucking before noon. This is a serious show, people. All right, let's take another phone call. 860. You're on the air. 860.
Hello.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to the show. Give us your list.
Hey, what's going on, man? Can I just do 5, man, instead of 10?
Yeah. Sure.
All right, before I do my 5, I just want to break down the history, if you guys don't mind. I won't be too long-winded, but just giving you guys the history of pound for pound. It was never made for heavyweight.
Okay.
So anybody saying Usyk, and you guys are using Usyk as a 2-division champ, but when pound for pound was coined, cruisers were heavies. Anybody over light heavyweight was a heavyweight. So even if he moved up from cruiser to heavy, he's still a heavyweight. He's over 200 pounds. So by like a gym comparison, if Usyk is in the gym with Bud and Charlo and Inoue and anybody on that Loma, he's going to beat all of them up at cruiserweight because he's a cruiserweight. So cruisers and heavy should never be on a pound for pound list.
Right. But I think some people have changed the meaning of the pound for pound list. Now everybody has like their own interpretation of what a pound for pound list is.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to do my best to stick to the original.
All right.
You say what?
Yeah, I get you. You're sticking with the original. You're sticking with the
he's
original.
a purist. He's a purist. That's cool.
The original, yeah.
All right, hey, can you start with number 5? Start with number 5.
Hello?
And then start with number 5 and then.
I'm gonna start with 5. Okay. I'll start with 5, and I'll start with Shakur, and then at 4 I'm gonna go to Jamel Charlo due to his longevity, beating everybody.
How come you have Shakur
and
so
then,
hold on, caller. Hold on. You have to explain this. Give us a little explanation. Why Shakur so high?
Because you automatically taking that. People put Fury in and Usyk in, so like that's a couple slots. If he was at a 7 or 8 or 6, now he jumps up into that top 5. I'm also basing this on the skill I see.
Okay. All right. Next, number 4.
You see what I'm saying? Like he has high level skill. I would go. I'm gonna go Bivol at 3, man, and it's not just because of the Canelo win, like some casuals are saying. If anybody's followed boxing over the last 5-6 years, this dude's been the best light heavyweight smoking, and I know I choose him in my pound for pound over Beterbiev just due to his footwork and his distance, man, and control, man. My lord, and the way he pumps his jab, very very high IQ. Not saying Beterbiev does not have an IQ in his own right. He does, but he's more of a brawler slugger. Where I think that Bivol has the tools to change it up on you and do different things. So I have those guys. So that's Shakur, Jamel, Bivol, and then I'm gonna round it out, man. And people may not like this because Canelo's not gonna get mentioned, man. But I'm gonna round it out with Bud and Spence.
All right. So let me just see if I got it correctly. Number 5, Stevenson. 4, Jermel.
Yes.
Bivol, Crawford, and number 1, Spence. Okay.
Crawford is number 1, man.
Oh, Crawford's number 1 and Spence number 2.
Yeah, I got Spence too.
Hey, if Crawford ever fights Spence, who do you have in that fight?
I got Crawford in the stoppage. And that's no disrespect to Spence. It's a 50-50, man. So anybody going too fanboyish over either, I just feel like the stoppage is going to happen. Just due to the fact that how Earl Spence comes in sometimes lunging, and we've seen Crawford knock guys out moving backwards. And Earl Spence, although he has a better resume at 147, he has still never faced anybody who could punch moving backwards like Bud Crawford can. And Bud Crawford, although he has not faced a pressure fighter on the level of Earl, he has faced a few pressure fighters like Sean Porter and Felix Diaz and those guys. They put a lot of pressure on you, man. So he kind of knows what to expect when it comes to a pressure fighter.
Hey, what do you say to people who are complaining that you don't have Josh Taylor in there?
Josh Taylor got to run it back with Catterall and win decisively. Now, I'm not even mad that they gave him the nod, because he fought in Glasgow and Catterall took his foot off the gas the last like 4 rounds, but it still wasn't a pound for pound undisputed type win for his first defense. You feel me? So I want Josh Taylor definitely was somebody who I had in my top 10 prior to that fight. He's still probably top 10. He won and he's undisputed. You know what I mean? But like as far as those 5, if he was to move to 147, he'd get the dog shit beat out of him by Earl or Spence. And I also believe Virgil Ortiz would beat the shit out of his ass too. So I'm not really thinking that his skills are going to translate the way people may think to from 140 to 147. After watching what Catterall did to him, he couldn't change it up. He's getting hit with that left all night.
All right. Well, that's a good point. All right, caller. Thanks for giving us your list, and call back again next time. All right.
I mean, I appreciate you guys, man. Great channel.
Thank you. All right, next phone call 347. You're on the air 347.
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, MMA? Yo, can you hear me?
Yo, what's up? So my pound for pound list right now is first Usyk. You know, he moved up and beat AJ, belt champion, also arguably number one guy in the division at that time, right? And the other caller, right, saying, cruiserweight is heavyweight, whatever. First of all, cruiserweight has a limit, okay? So it's not. And heavyweight, if you don't know, dummy, heavyweight does not have a limit, okay? So it's totally two different things. He is a two-division champion. He moved up for a guy who is heavier than him and bigger than him. So this is the definition of pound for pound. Now let's go to Canelo. Canelo Alvarez got exposed by Bivol, but he also is undisputed, so I'll put him second. Then down to Crawford. You know, Crawford stopped, I think, every guy he's fought. You know, still undefeated. Well, not every guy he's fought, but every guy he fought at welterweight, still undefeated. You know, also, right, people are saying, oh, he look at his resume, but also you gotta look, right? He tried to get the Danny Garcia fight. They sent him the offer. Danny Garcia declined it, right? So is it Crawford's fault for not getting the fight at the PBC? Because we know PBC fighters fight inside house. Okay, so don't come to me with that. Then we have, you know, even though he fought two bums his last fight, you know, I'll give him a pass for that. He is fighting Donaire in June. Then Bivol 5, you know, beat Canelo Alvarez. Everybody's pound king, the Irish king. I beat him. You know, and Jermell, I got 6, you know, undisputed champion, beat Castano. Some people thought he lost. I thought it was a draw in the first fight, but hey, teach your own.
MMA, I got lost over here. I got lost. So you have Usyk, Canelo, Crawford, Bivol, and then who's after Bivol? Number 5.
No, Usyk, Canelo, Crawford, Inoue, Bivol, Jermell, and yeah. And then now Estrada, right? So Estrada, he beat Chocolatito. Some people thought he lost, but he is the unified champion. You know, he's coming back, and I expect him to win. So this is a good fight for Estrada, and you know, but he did fight a while ago, but you know, I'll still give him passing that. And then Spence, you know, busted up Ugas. You know, his eye looked swollen and everything. You know, he is a 3-belt unified champion. I'll give him that. You know, he fought better competition then, but I'll give him that. But, you know, he did say that he'll fight everybody, right? Everybody in the then, Bud. He said, I'll fight everybody in the PBC, then, Bud. You know, he said that Bud will have to wait, right? Because then, before he said, you know, tell Bud to get a belt, then I'll fight him. Then look what happened. So, come on, man. And then, 9th, I have Taylor, Josh Taylor, even though he's not undisputed, and I think he lost his last fight. Still a good fighter, still has skill. I think it was the weight that made his performance look like that, but hey, Shakur 10, unified champion.
All right. Well, that's your list, and I got lost at the end though, because you said Taylor, and then who's number 9 and 10? Oh, I think he hung up. That's why. 951, you're on the air. 951, what's up?
Boom guy representing LDBC. Yeah, I'm here to give my pound for pound list, man.
All right.
It's about time we had a real one.
All right, start from the bottom. Are you doing 5 or 10?
I'm doing 10. Well, how am I going to start from the bottom, man? Well, I'll start from the bottom. I got Shakur at number 10. He deserved it.
Okay.
I got Shakur Stevenson.
All right. All right, number 9.
Number 9, I got the newly undisputed champion, Jermell Charlo.
Okay. Okay, number 9. All right. Number 8.
Number 8, I got, actually, it was controversial. I got Errol Spence at number 8.
I gotta admit, I'm a little surprised with your list. I was expecting something else with you, but go ahead, continue.
Hey, don't paint me with one broad brush.
Yo, come on, man.
Come on, man.
LDBC.
I have my own thoughts. Come on.
All right. Number 7.
Now, where are we at? Number 8?
Number 7.
Or number 7, right?
Yes.
So I was going to put, I got Tyson Fury, number 7. Great champ, undefeated. I got Tyson Fury.
All right. Number 7. Number 6.
Number 6, I got Bevo at number 6. You know, he took down the champ. I got to put Bevo in there.
Okay. Now we're at number 5.
Number 5, Canelo Alvarez.
Okay.
He's still up there because he got that. He's still undisputed.
All right. Number 4.
And number 4, I was gonna go with the Inawu guy, but I don't know that guy that much. But I'm gonna go. Who am I gonna go? Actually, I'll put Inawu in there because I don't got nobody to replace him with. Even though I don't really know that guy too much.
All right. Number 3.
Number 3, I have. I don't know number 3. I got Usyk number 1 and Terrence Crawford number 2. Number 3 after I think July 5th, I'm gonna put Haney at number 3 after he whoops on Kambosa. But he's not there yet. But after July 5th or June 5th, whichever one, June 5th, it's over.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Haney,
Kambosa,
put an asterisk mark on Haney.
If Kambosos wins, are you gonna put him in your pound for pound list?
Fuck no.
Why not? Well, you're putting Haney there if he wins, but you're not. See, I knew it. So
hey,
you're biased, man.
Yep, you got me, Luca. You got me on that one. I don't like Kambosa. he took too long, man. He's not a champion. Why do a guy have to force you to take an undisputed fight? That's not a champion to me. I would never put him on my pound for pound list, even if he beats Haney and Lomachenko. No, Kambosa. I will never say his name after today.
All right.
Boom out.
Thanks for your list. Take care. All right. People are saying reverse racism. What the fuck? All right.
It was actually pretty good.
The list was okay. I was just surprised. I mean, Jermell 8. He's from the LDBC, he claims. It wasn't a bad list, to be honest, actually. Just the Devin Haney thing at the end. But that's his opinion. Oh, shit. Who was somebody called... Oh man, who was it? 661 or 5? We're gonna. Yeah, go
maybe
ahead.
he got done dirty by an Australian guy somewhere.
Probably.
He remembers that guy.
You can't trust those Australians. All right, 956. You're on the air. 956.
It was good. Hey, my pound for pound list is on skill sets and attributes, resumes and all that shit. I don't care. Resumes is important, but I don't like to base my lift off resumes because resumes sometimes. You know, the matchmaking and the opponent was old, shit like that. So I go off skill sets and attributes. So number 1 is Lomachenko.
No, don't say.
Number 2,
you gotta go from the bottom up. Are you doing 5 or 10?
The bottom up?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Write it.
Okay,
all right, let's go. Okay, no, whatever.
Okay. Number 10, I got Devin Haney. Number 10. Number 9. I got.
Hold on. You're going too fast. First of all, I don't even have Haney on my list. I have to type it down. Hold on. This is an old
It's kind of hard to go from 10 to 1, but
yeah. Okay. You know what? I don't want to fuck this up. So do it. From
just let him go by the way he wants to, Bucho, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
From the top.
Exactly. Yeah. All right.
So 1 through 10. So Lomachenko at 1. Number 2, Terrence Crawford. Number 3.
Jesus.
Well,
Hold on.
Dimitri Bivol, number 3.
You're going
Number
fast. You're going
4,
too fast. You're going too fast. Sorry, man, but it's because it's
my
complicated. I have
bad.
to.
Yeah,
And
slow it
give us.
down a little so he can annotate the name.
Yeah, and by the way, you need to like at least give us a little bit of an explanation over here. Why is Lomachenko number 1?
I feel like he's the most skilled boxer in the sport today still. I think he has one of the highest IQs, and he has good attributes too. He has good speed, footwork, and his skill set. I can't even, I don't have to explain his skill set. I still think he's the most skilled guy in boxing. Every time I watch him, it's always a good fight. Number 2, and the reason why I have Crawford number 2, the same thing. I feel like Crawford's very complete. He's a complete fighter. He can do everything in the ring, and he has power. His attributes are good. And Crawford's a high IQ fighter too. Number 3 is Bivol. I've always liked Bivol. I always thought Bivol was one of the most skilled boxers, but he just didn't have that win. And now that he finally got that win, and now that he finally proved that he can use that skill set he has against a top opponent, now I'll put him in my top 3. So, because I've always thought Bivol was a very good boxer, and I picked him to beat Canelo. So, yeah, Bivol number 3. Number 4, I said it's between Chalk and Inoue, but I'm not have to put Inoue because he's younger now. I think he's faster, so I'll put Inoue at number 4. Again, he's good. He has good attributes, good skills. So him number 4, number 5. I'll put Chalk. Usyk at number 5. I'll put Usyk number 5. Number 6, I'll put Chocolatito. Number 7, I'll put Canelo. Number 8, I'll put Taylor. Number 9, I'll put
Jermel?
I'll put Devin Haney.
Oh, Devin Haney.
No, Devin Haney. No, Devin Haney. Yeah, Devin Haney got way more skills than Jermel, bro. And then number 10, we got a lot of number 10. I got 47. I might Earl Spence. I don't know about Spence. Let me Better be it. Number 10, I put Better be it.
Okay. What do you guys think about this list? Lomachenko, Crawford, Bivol, Inoue, Usyk, Canelo, Chocolatito, Taylor, Haney, Beterbiev. A lot of people in the chat, I gotta tell you, don't agree with the Lomachenko thing, because you have a number 1, but I know you're basing it on skills, but if you look at the record,
skills, who's
yeah,
rankings and all that shit. Rankings, all that shit. People are paid off sometimes. They have the fucking
Yep. Are you there?
Yeah. My bad. I'm cut off real quick. No, I was saying, they're all paid off sometimes. The matchmaking. All that shit, circumstances. You know what I'm saying, man? It's all bullshit, bro. I mean, we all know with their eyes. We see with their eyes who's the most skilled fighters in boxing today, and that's my list.
All right, well, good list. Thanks for calling in, all right? Call back again next time.
Yeah.
Take care. All right, let's just talk a little bit with Gonzalo and Jimmy over here. Guys, are you there?
Yeah. Hey, what's
Jimmy? Probably waited too long. Now Jimmy's...
Yes, what's up, brother?
What's up? Yeah, so we're talking pound for pound. What's your criteria for a pound for pound list, Jimmy? First of all, you don't like pound for pound list, right?
No, I don't, because no one ends up being a popularity contest, the fucking cool kids list. You know what I mean? And if there's not set forth criteria that everybody has to go to, then it's kind of like it always ends up turning out that way. So it's always such heavily based on opinion. Now, if you set forth criteria, like originally the pound for pound list was set, like heavyweights aren't supposed to be in it.
Right.
I mean, by the real standard of it, because it was set forth to put, because obviously heavyweights got all the shine, all the money, all the press. So it was a way to shine light on the lower weight classes. That's the reason why they set up the whole pound for pound in boxing, to put skill set, but it was always measured against the heavyweight champion, so he was never the one on the list. So if you really want to get old school and do it that way, another thing, like as much as I respect Lomachenko, think he's the best overall skilled fighter today, I couldn't have him on a pound for pound list because right now does he hold the belt? I don't think so, right? He's not a champion right now. So yeah, so for that reason, I wouldn't have him on a list. So there's all kinds of things like that. But then there's my list consists of two things. I won't even bother going through them. Nobody needs to hear it. But I have two kinds. One set forth on achievements, and then there's my pound for pound list that the pound for pound guys I want to see. I like to enjoy to watch fight. Like right now, nobody's even mentioned Bam Rodriguez's name. I'm as excited to watch that little fucker fight as I am anybody in boxing right now. So again, that's would be where if it was about popularity and what my opinion was, it would be based on that. But if you go by who has a belt and achievements, those lists usually aren't very popular. That's my 2 cents, Bucho.
What about domination? Are you able to assess who's the most dominant boxer right now?
Yes, actually, you could if you actually look at it. If you go by wins, achievements, and like who's lost the least amount of rounds, like Duval. How many rounds? If you go back and over his professional career, how many rounds that dude even lost?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? He might be boring and shit, but the dude don't lose. He don't even lose rounds. So you know what I mean? So like, yeah.
And I would have to go back and say that if you go watch his fights, he's not that boring. Because prior to the fight with Canelo, I did a lot of research and I rewatched his title defenses. He's not boring. When you hit him, he's going to come after you and try to get his get back, like he did against Canelo.
Yes, he fights down to his competition in the way of violence. He doesn't fight down to their skill set, but he fights down to their level of violence. If they try to put a hurt on him, he inflicts it back. But if they're willing just to fucking snap jabs out there and think they can outbox him, he's more than happy to go that route.
Yeah, and for me, I wouldn't discount the old guys either. Because the pound for pound list, like I said, has always had like old guys like Bernard Hopkins, Mayweather, Pacquiao, and going to... So basically what I'm trying to say is that Chocolatito, he's only lost once, in my opinion, to Rungvisai, the rematch. The first one, he beat Rungvisai, and I thought he beat Estrada. And the guy's like, he's on a resurgence. He beat Cao Yafai, now he beat Jose Luis Rey Martinez. The dude's a badass if we talk about skill. So he's been a long, dominant champion, and he's one of the little guys. So we're considering like
belt, right?
I think so, yeah.
If you still got a belt, and anybody doesn't have them on their list, then they're not being they're being disingenuous.
The same thing with Triple G. If you think about how Canelo shot to like stardom to the top of the pound for pound list, because Canelo just didn't really have like that signature win, but he's such a badass to many people's eyes because he beat the boogeyman, Golovkin, in a fight that I think that he didn't clearly win. I thought Golovkin won. And if we go by Golovkin's entire career, he's been knocking everybody out, dropped everybody, and he still got a title. So yeah, Golovkin is one of those guys that you might frown a little upon the fact that he's 40 and then he hasn't fought, like he hasn't been that active. But the dude's still a beast. And if Saul Alvarez got put up that high because he beat him, why wouldn't you want to keep him maybe like around 10, like on the lower level?
And real quick, I just want to say about Triple G, I firmly believe now if he had left Abel Sanchez years earlier, trained off that fucking mountain, he would have been a much better fighter. He wouldn't have been thinking so much. He wouldn't have been so, not one-dimensional because his skill was so good, but, you know, the hard jabs, but he would have had a more variety of punches. I think like if he trained under somebody up in Detroit, like Fury did, Sugar Hill, I think he would have turned Triple G into much more of a finisher. You know what I mean? With both hands. But that's just my opinion I wanted to add.
All right. Well, having said that, let's take a phone call. 661. You're on the air. 661.
All right. So my list is number 10, Teofimo Lopez, because he did beat Cambosos, but he got robbed because, you know, he beat Loma and they wanted him to lose. Number 9, Virgil Ortiz. Number 8, Isaac Pitbull Cruz, because he did beat Tank. Huh?
Hold on, you went too fast. I need to find the names here. I don't even... Do I have Teofimo?
Oh, okay, my bad.
Fuck. Wait, I don't even have Teofimo Lopez on my list. Holy shit. Hold on.
Goes to show.
Yeah, but this is an old file I have. A list of old names. All right.
But he's not a world champion right now.
Yeah, exactly. Can you talk more about this? about Lopez?
Yeah, he's supposed to be a real champion. The thing is, he got robbed by the China haters. So
Wait,
number
hold on,
9
hold
is
on.
Virgil Ortiz.
No, hold on. What do you mean he got? How did he get robbed?
He got robbed. Go watch the fight again without an envious heart, without being mad because he beat your Loma, the Matrix, and you would clearly see he won. I'm not the only one saying this.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like
number 9 is Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz
Curious,
is a
who
great
else is
fighter
saying
on the
it?
knockout
I'm just
streak.
curious.
Dangerous fighter.
Yeah, who's saying this?
Huh?
Who else is saying this? No, like you're the only guy that has ever said this, though.
Oh no, I'm not the only one saying this. I mean,
You are.
he beat Cambosos.
You said everybody's saying it, or a lot of people. So I'm just curious who they are.
Yeah.
Oh well, people who keep it real, who are not, mad at Tio.
I don't.
Because he beat.
Yeah, but I don't know
the
I don't know that
Matrix.
person's name. But so what's their names?
Oh, there's people on this channel who agree with me.
No,
but I don't know them specifically.
All right, so some random dude who might have started following the sport 3 minutes ago. I mean, I'm talking about credible people whose opinions matter or get paid for.
Yeah. You're listening to him right here. I'm credible. My opinion matters.
All right, let's move on. Number 9.
Number 9 is Virgil Ortiz. He's on a knockout streak. Dangerous fighter.
Okay, I don't even have him on the list. I don't have him on the list. Another name that's not like.
Wow, there you go. It goes to show, Number 8. Number 8.
Wait. Ortiz. Huh? Ortiz is not even. I mean, he's a prospect. A contender. He's a contender. And you already have.
He's on a knockout streak, so.
But against who though?
He's an exciting fighter. He's on a knockout streak. He's been calling out Spence, Crawford, all the great fighters from the jump. They're just scared. So that's not his problem.
Okay, number 8.
Isaac Pitbull Cruz, because he did beat Gervonta Tank Davis, and he was supposed to get that win. But in the world of affirmative action, you saw how they reacted when Wilder lost. They almost, these crybaby ass people are so insecure and need to, convince the world. So they're not going to let a Mexican beat him on PBC, but he won that fight. So 8, Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Number 7, David Benavidez. 2 times the youngest champion to ever do it. He will beat Bivol. He already hurt Bivol in sparring. Number 6, Amanda Serrano.
Sorry, man, but sorry, I'm fucking way behind because I have to type. I don't have Cruz on my list, so I finally now added Cruz to my list. And then number 7, Benavidez. Can you just tell us why Benavidez is there? I mean, he's the boogeyman?
Oh, okay. Because he's supposed to be champion, but in this world of, I don't know, people living vicariously through people that look like them, they don't want a Mexican who looks like Benavidez. They want the Irish-looking Mexican. So they stripped him of his title when they shouldn't have. There's other more corruption that people do that they get away with, but they don't want a young Mexican winning. The youngest Mexican champion, he will rise. He will shock the world. Number 6,
are you saying Mexicans
Amanda Serrano.
Are you saying Mexicans are victims?
Huh?
Are you saying Mexicans are victims?
No, we're not victims. We go through shit simply because other people's envy and their little hate in their hearts. That's why they like Trump.
Yeah.
I'm not a victim.
Yeah,
it's the truth.
I agree with Spirit. I agree with especially since he's chunky. He doesn't have like the Abercrombie fucking look, like a Canelo Alvarez.
All right.
Right. Canelo Alvarez is marketable and all that, but yeah, definitely belongs in the pound for pound. He was champion. He lost his belt to the scales. It's not easy cutting weight. It's one of the hardest things a fighter does. So hey, you can hold that against him, but he's been calling out all the fighters. They're ducking him. They don't want the smoke.
Number 6,
Amanda Serrano. She did beat Katie Taylor, but like I said,
oh my God,
the Irish fan base is huge. It's more money for the Irish, so they gave it to Katie Taylor. Amanda Serrano whooped that ass. Clearly, she's on the pound for pound. One of my favorite fighters.
This is a man's
girl box.
Yeah, this is not. No, this is only men's boxing.
Wow, come on, misogynistic, chauvinistic,
I'm not joking, man. Seriously. Let's have a
You're not
vote.
joking?
No, I'm not joking. People in the chat, do you want to mix men's and women's boxing together?
That's his list, I guess.
Yo, like
All right.
she just beat Katie Taylor. She's supposed to be undisputed, but hey, they robbed her too. But if not, then Bam Bam Rodriguez. But I put Amanda Serrano.
All right, I'm gonna add
number
Serrano.
5.
I'm gonna add Serrano. All right.
Oh yeah, add Serrano. She deserves it. She's
All
dope.
right.
Number 5, Bivol, Dimitri Bivol. Oh, not Dimitri Bivol. It's Mitri Bivol. The D is silent. They pronounce it Mitri in Russia. That's how you really say his name, Mitri Bivol.
Oh, okay.
Because he just beat Canelo. You can't hate. Number 4, Canelo. He's still undisputed in his weight class. He went up in weight, something these other bums would never do. And number 3, Shadow Band. Number 2, the Fighter Spirit. Number 1, Jack Napier.
Wait, hold on. What? All right.
Oh, Canelo, number 4.
Yeah. Number 3?
And number 3, Shadow Band. Number 2, the Fighter Spirit. And number 1, Jack Napier.
All right. I don't have those names on my list. Obviously, I don't have those names on my list, but sure, I will add them later for sure. All right. But the Fighter Spirit.
Man, hey.
All right, Blue Chuck.
Thanks, man. Take care.
Love you guys. Peace.
Take care. Man, he cracks out. Listen, I like Fighter Spirit, really, I do. But man, when he was giving that list, man, it sounded like he should have been on Santa's knee.
Yeah, seriously. Like,
you know what I mean? I mean, that was quite the stretch, man.
I mean, jeez. Ortiz and Cruz and.
Yeah, I get it with the punching power, like Bitter BF, because you got to have something too that nobody else really has. Like it's not just about the skills; it's about what you bring to the table that not every fucking common man has. That's enviable. Punching power, a good chin, but he needs to step it up in competition. Ortiz.
But he's another one I would have on my pound for pound list for fighters I like to watch fight. I know he hasn't fought, and I believe wholeheartedly in my heart the fact that he tried to leave fucking PBC and Lukowitz there, but was sued and had to give back his $250,000. He wants to fight the fights. I believe that 100%, and I do like watching him fight. He's an exciting fighter. So on popularity, my cool kid list, absolutely, I have Benavidez on it right now.
Yeah, but
done.
Yeah, that's a popularity list that you have. Well, one of your lists. But I mean, most people are pound for pound list. You don't have Ortiz there. You can't justify having Ortiz there. He hasn't done anything yet.
Yeah, Jerome Ennis is making too, but he's not in the conversation as yet.
Virgil Ortiz, Bam Rodriguez, Benavidez, all those boys fall into my popularity. That's what I mean, but not my true pound for pound because of lack of hardware. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And other things.
Maybe we should do a popularity list at some point as well.
You want to? If we copied these down and did it again, it wouldn't be much of a difference, brother.
All right.
Yeah, it'd probably be like a top 20. The guys on the heels of the guys that are established, because those names that you mentioned are soon to fall into this list. They're taking over some of them spots for sure.
Bucho,
yes.
I've never found you or Gonzalo ever to use your emotions to deny what your eyes saw. Meaning, even if the fighter both you guys liked loses, you always will stand by it. Duck the fight. You know what I mean? Everybody talk about it, and you never get upset about it. You never say, and because you guys are, you're boxing fans. It's too many young dudes, man, getting tied, into these fighters too much, and that's the problem. You know what I mean? I don't care if a fighter really, if he loses, oh well, as long as he gives his all and fights again.
Yeah, I agree that some people get too emotionally involved with the fighter, and that's not good, because then you're gonna look like an idiot. All right, let's take a phone call. 520, you're on the air. 520.
Hello.
Yes, welcome to the show. Give us your pound for pound list, please.
Oh yeah, what's up, guys? How you guys doing? My pound for pound list as of right now, from 10 to 1, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so at number 10, I was debating either Cambosos or Beevil. But I'll go ahead and put Beevil because he did beat the number 1 guy. And I was really high on Beevil. I knew this like 2 years. I've been calling this since like 2 years ago that he was one of the guys I think had a really good chance of beating Canelo. I picked him to beat Canelo. So I think he's a really good fighter.
All right.
And number 9, I have Inoue. I don't know much about him, but I think it's time for him to start like unifying and either go up and win and start facing big names in the sport. That's why some people have him like top 5, but to me it's kind of hard. Like I really think he's talented, but I'll put him at 9. At number 8, I have Josh Taylor. Kind of dropped for me since the Catterall fight. At number 7, I have Shakur Stevenson. Really good boxer. Just beat Valdez, unified champ. Yep. At number 6, I want to put heavyweights on my pound for pound list. So I put at number 6, I put Tyson Fury.
All right.
At number 5, I put Jermell Charlo. Undisputed champ, really good boxer.
Yep.
At number 4, I put Canelo. I had a number 1, but he just got outboxed by Bivol. You know, the number 1 pound for pound boxer got outboxed, and that kind of does take a toll. And at number 3, I have Errol Spence.
Errol Spence, number 3.
Yeah. At number 2, I have Usyk. And at number 1, I have Terence Crawford.
Wait, I forgot. Sorry, number 2. Who's it? You Spence. No, wait, hold on. I'm lost. Number 3, Spence. Number 2, who is it?
Usyk.
Usyk. Sorry. Okay, Usyk,
Yeah.
and then you said Crawford, number 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So top 3: Crawford, Usyk, Spence.
Yeah, I think those are the best fighters in the world right now. Either Spence or Crawford, whoever wins between them, if they fight this year, is going to take the number 1 spot for sure. But I feel like Crawford has more to build on it since he says he does want Jermell, and if he beats Jermell, I think that catapults him way beyond anyone.
All right. Well, good list, man. Yep. We're gonna move on now.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, man. Take care.
Have a good day.
All right, that was a good list. I just want to read a message here from Frankie Sainz. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name. I'm stuck at this. But Frankie, thank you for joining the BDA Loyal Members program. And he says, Fighting Spirit is the man. His pound for pound list sucks, though. Well, that's his list. I disagree with a lot of things on his list, but that's what that show is all about. Debates, and disagreements. Before we continue with more phone calls, Jimmy, I want to hear your take on people adding 2 welterweights as like the top 3 pound for pounders. If they haven't fought each other, can you really put them or place them that high in the rankings?
Well, with Crawford, because he did unify 140, whether, now everybody's been doing it recently, but, Crawford's is stronger than some, weaker than others. But for that, and, if you add that to accomplishments, I could see people rightfully having him on the top 10. Spence, off what he's done, no, I wouldn't have him in my top 10 right now. I would have guys like Inoue before I'd have him on there. If you counted skill, the people he stopped, the way he's won fights, his domination of fighters, things like that. But yes, no, I until they fight each other, I don't think Spence deserves it, because I believe wholeheartedly that Spence has been, suddenly just wants it when there's nothing, no other direction to turn. But anyways, that's my answer.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. A lot of people don't know much about Inoue from what I've been hearing, or they don't know much. That's what they've been saying. He's a great fighter, deadly fighter, I would say, and I think maybe.
Well, he's fighting Donaire again soon. I think in July.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. That's a great fight.
Yeah, and one thing you can't. I know what the caller said. That maybe he could move up, but you can't demand if a fighter's like not big for him to make those moves. If that's just not the way his body's built. I mean, he's been pretty dominant already in that division, and still maybe he doesn't get the shine that he deserves because he's from Japan, from the other side of the world. But yeah, the dude's dominant, and maybe he could jump up. Who am I to say that? But I'm saying the dude's kind of small.
He started at what weight though? 112?
I think he's three division now.
112,
Yes.
115, 118. Okay. But a lot of people from what I hear, they complain that he skipped 115 basically. He didn't really fight the best at 115. He just basically just stayed there for a bit, moved then to 118. And yeah, 122, that's, I mean, for those little guys, moving 4 weight divisions, I don't know, man. I don't know. Then what? 126. There were even people saying, "Oh, he should move up to 126." I was like, calm down, man." Like
that's crazy.
Yeah. All right, let's take another phone call. Then 346. You're on the air. 346.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's a logical man. Hey, the second caller, I knew that was that maniac fighter spirit. I can't wait to have a debate with him one day, pay on Second Renaissance. But let me give you guys the real list. If you don't agree with it, you must be delusional or psychotic. Number 1, Alexander Usyk. No matter what you guys say, he went up there in the bigger division, beat the best guy in that division, has all the belts. His accolades explain itself. Number 2, Canelo Alvarez. No matter what you fools say, yes, he did take a L, but he still did unify 168. He still did challenge himself. He did a lot of great stuff. It take him just one good victory. He's back in number 1, unless Usyk. Usyk probably gonna beat AJ ass again, so he'll have to still be number 2. But he still did a lot of great accomplishments. Number 3, Terrence Crawford. He did unify 140. He did beat Sean Porter. No matter what you guys have said about, he could have kept going. Well, Sean Porter himself on his show said that, I was hurt, I was dazed. My dad did a good stoppage. His own words. Number 4, Jamel Charlo. Jamel Charlo replaced with, Jamel Charlo. Yeah, Jamel Charlo definitely unified for all the dogs in this division. You got to give him that. You guys, LDVC-like Mexicans that really wanted Castano to win, you guys were behind him. He had a flag on his shorts and all this shit. Well, he got his ass kicked, got whooped after that. Who is Castano? Who is he? What is he? But you guys were screaming and yelling, Castano, let's go, let's go. Mexico behind Argentina. He got his ass whooped, so number 4. Number 5, Inoue, to an extent, because he's still undefeated. Yes, he's a lower weight class. A lot of people don't watch him, but the guy has devastating fashion of a fight style. He about to beat Benito Donaire old ass. Donaire has been doing good when he's getting his ass whooped, man. It's not happening like that. And my last for number 6, I don't want to keep going down this list because I think it's repetitive kind of. Number 6 is going to be Steven Shakur. Because the guy proved that he actually is one of the top guys. I thought Shakur was overrated. I didn't see anything special, but after that Valdez fight, holy shit! And Mexicans were fucking pissed off as fuck. That was a great day of boxing. I really had, because Valdez is really good, as you guys don't know. He's really good, but man, Shakur outclassed him, dude. It was crazy how that fight was.
Hey, caller, if Kambosos or Haney wins, whoever wins that fight, are you going to add them to the pound-for-pound list?
Man, hell yes, of course. Especially if I'm just being honest, man. I think Kambosos might take it, dude, because just like I thought with Shakir, until Haney proves something different, I don't see anything special about Haney at all. You guys don't give his credit for beating Jacob Diaz and all that, and Linares, but I still think he's a decent fighter, but he's not as overhyped as everyone's saying. If he doesn't beat Kambosos in good fashion, if he'll be in good fashion, he's overrated. He has to beat him clean slate. I mean, first he's in Australia. They're going to rob his ass anyway if he doesn't beat him right. But they're definitely going to be in top 5. I don't know if I have to put him over in a way if whoever wins that undisputed fight. I have to, because even though you guys know about Inoue, we want to give him his credit and everything, but who has he really fought that we really thought, oh man, it's a 50-50 fight. This is a real threat. Oh, it's for all the marbles. I mean, we really haven't done that. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, well, I mean, he did win the World Boxing Super Series.
And Donaire was much bigger. He was coming down.
That is true, but I'm going to be an asshole and say this, like, against really who, you know?
But Donaire's looked real sharp, man. He doesn't look like a 39. He's been knocking dudes out with body shots in, like, crazy fashion.
I mean,
true, but on a scale of when we're talking about how these fights are with everyone else, I can't put him over Kambosos or Haney if they win this undisputed fight. I just can't, man. I just can't do it. He's still in top 10. He's still in the pound for pound, but he's not over one of them.
Hey, I
actually think you got a respectable pound for pound list. I actually agree with 99% of it.
Yeah, but he's talking about Haney.
Yeah, I'm pretty
No, not Haney. No, I'm about his list. He didn't have Haney on his list at the time.
No,
I was talking about the 6 he named.
I mean, but the thing is, who has Haney defeated though so far? Is he even?
No, I'm saying after this Kambosos fight, though, no matter what. Like, remember, everyone was bitching and moaning. Who had Jamel beat? Who was this guy? Who was that guy? Well, Harrison just had a great showing of whooping. I think his name is Martinez, the guy that was whooping for their the Tari for their what's that guy named? The tall.
Yeah,
they call him Tari for yeah.
Fundora.
Yeah. He literally. Let's be real. That was a robbery, and Harrison just whooped that dude ass, like was beating his ass. So it just goes to prove that. You know, Jamel went through a good list of people and did what he had to do to get that belt, and now he's undisputed. You know, you gotta give him credit for that.
Yeah,
that shit's not easy, man.
All right.
I want to. The last thing I want to say. I want to say thanks Canelo for making everyone motivated to get undisputed, become the man. Thank God the gay weather era is done. I'm tired of that 0-0 bullshit. I'm happy to see more fighters doing more, like Demetrius Andre going overseas and fighting that guy's actually pretty damn good. I couldn't believe his stuff. Andre might lose that fight. But thank y'all guys for letting me call in. Y'all have a good one, all right, man?
All right, thanks for calling in. Call back again. Take care.
Yes, sir.
All right, what was I going to say about what he said? Yeah, it makes sense. Some stuff.
Well, he did do something, but didn't he dislocate the mailman's finger, ripping the belt out of his hand?
Who?
No, I'm just joking.
Who are you talking about? I missed
Haney, the email champ.
Oh,
they mailed him the belt.
Yeah, exactly.
So I said, and you said, who did he beat? I said he didn't beat anybody, but he did dislocate the mailman's finger.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The kid is extremely talented, but for me, there's a sense of vulnerability in the air when he gets hit. I want to see if he can keep it together. That's the last piece of the puzzle. If he can win, yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I was going to add to you what you're saying. Think about this, brother. It just dawned on me yesterday. DAZN, I was thinking, okay, why did DAZN not back Haney to go to Kambosos, like go to Australia, flick the bill for this, a multi-billion-dollar corporation? So in my mind, I'm saying, wow, they must be really watching the screws, putting the screws down on Heron's, on his purse. And then he turns around and does a video. It's like, I will overpay for Davis. You know what I mean? I will break out the $1 billion, that they like to talk about, and I will overpay for that. That's when it dawned on me. They didn't want to invest the money because they're not confident he's going to beat him. I think wholeheartedly if Hearn had confidence that Haney was going to go to Australia and beat him, he would have bankrolled that fight. And I think to him was like, why should I bankroll it? At the end of the day, he's not going to get anything out of this. And that's why he went and signed with Top Rank. What do you think of that?
That makes sense.
Isn't there a saying that when you become champion, you become so many % better than what you were before? And he's fighting in Australia.
Yeah, that like Jimmy said, credit to Devin Haney for doing that, though. And maybe logical. Yeah, that's what Logical Man made a good point there. It's Canelo unifying the division. It's pushing these other fighters to do the same thing and not just stand on the sidelines waiting for a big fight to come to their way. You know what I mean? So you gotta be active. You gotta move, man. Like Golovkin. What was he? Like, everybody's always talking about Golovkin. They just gave him everything on a silver platter, whatever. No, that guy was fighting consistently and in an exciting fashion. He was stopping his opponents. He was always there on TV every 3 months or 4 months, whatever. Not like these other guys who take a year layoff year and a half layoff, and then they expect us to roll out the fucking red carpet for these people. Get out of here. I want to thank Amok PvP for his contribution. Pound for pound is based on resume, not popularity or who you like. Yeah, depends. Like we said, man. Everybody has their own criteria, you know.
Like Terrence Crawford, I gotta respect the fact that he's been knocking everybody out. Okay, maybe he hasn't fought the best names, but who's really out there? But the guys that he has faced, he's been wiping them out, leaving that out of the judge's hands.
Stopping Sean Porter was no small feat.
No.
Most people didn't pick that. There wasn't a bunch of people who was picking Crawford by stoppage. A few of us on this board did, but most people didn't.
At the that stoppage, I know we talked about it for a while now, but just gonna go back. At first, I thought like it was a bad stoppage, but if you look at the replay, he was fucked up. Sean Porter was fucked up, man. The way he was on his knees, and then he started to go to the side, to one of his sides, like he was fucked up, man.
So you can have concussed pounding, you know what I mean? Like the one shot put you out and you're out. And then some guys who are great athletes like Porter, you can take a beating. It's the sustained beating, the punches to the head. Yeah. They finally bend the metal. And then once you reach that point where you're goofy, your legs don't come back. You're just off. You know what I mean, brother? Didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to add that.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
His father's probably noticing the how Porter is being destroyed after every round. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he's looking into his eyes, he's talking to his fighter, his son, and he's seeing that, you know, he's taking a beating. Go ahead, Gonzalo.
Yeah, and to me, Crawford's a weird one because even like when he's under duress, maybe he's having like a tough round, he keeps it together in the sense he's got that poker face. You don't really see him like what is it, taking the deep breaths and like, you know, looking like he's in distress. That makes me think he's got a pretty high ceiling, even though he hasn't fought the best guy out there. But if he keeps his cool now, he'll probably keep his cool against the pressure fighter, and he'll do really well against him.
I just wish his skill set matched, his business acumen matched his skill set, because this was a stupid move, pulling this bullshit with Bob, suing him. That's why people aren't touching him, because nobody wants to be the first one outside of the PBC, which already said they don't have the money, to sign him, because Bob will take it as a personal affront. Whether he would say it doesn't bother him, he doesn't care. Bob probably wants him to come back to him. And I believe me wholeheartedly, I believe Bob would take him back. And you know what I mean? But he would have to drop the lawsuit. But I just think, because look at the guys. Look how long he's already been out. And there's any talk of him. There's no negotiations. Who's negotiating for him? With Spence.
I forgot about that. Yeah, he did kind of fuck up with that. It's not a good look, man. And I forgot about it because I like Crawford. You know, he's cool, man. But what happened with that? He signed the King Foundation, where he signed the three brothers. And let's face it, sometimes it's about promoting. Like there was a comment that somebody came out that he was in favor of like Tommy Morrison back in the days, and then he said something about he's white. You know, boxing has always had that element, but things get taken out of context. It's always
the nuance of it. Well, now check out the nuance, right? Most of us on this show, I'll say me sometimes, I guess, because I don't want to say like I'm not above it. Everybody has a little tribalism in them, right? So think about what Bob Arum is saying. A sport that is dominated by Hispanics and blacks. No questions asked. The Caucasian involvement in boxing in its heyday, in the 60s, 70s, and early 80s, was almost non-existent. Country in 1970 was almost 90% white still. So think about, before people go shooting out and saying, well, Bob was racist for saying, I'd like to get a white kid because the country's white. You know what I mean? It would bring, obviously, right? Tribal. It's just funny that, and I'm not trying to go the race route, but it's whites aren't supposed to ever be held any of that tribalism, or isn't supposed to be thought that way. But now, if you look at it that way, Bob was being a businessman. It wasn't driven by race. He's a Jew. He doesn't care. He was driven by the money. That's why what Crawford did was stupid, and it's going to cost him big time.
When did he say about the white kid, whatever? When did he say that?
Back in maybe the 80s or 90s, the Great White Hope.
93.
Oh, 93. Yeah. But see, that's the thing, of course, because, I mean, back then, I say back then like it was a long. Yeah, it was a long time ago. Holy shit. You didn't have a lot of white fighters, so it's just normal. All of a sudden, it's a white fighter. And he's a good one. Yeah, it's gonna attract attention, but it's nothing racist about it.
No, and in the fact, the Great White Hope, that wasn't even a racist term back then. People would say Great White Hope, but even black people would say it, but it was like they would joke about it, like they haven't had a heavyweight white champion in 30 years. You know what I mean? So it was crazy. So of course, a promoter, when the demographics of the country you're holding your business in leans that way, it's just good business sense. You know what I mean? Imagine if you're a promoter in Mexico and all you're doing is promoting fucking people who aren't Mexican. Don't you think if you got a chance to get yourself a Mexican, you might draw a few more eyeballs?
Yeah, of course.
Yep. Then the world changes. I mean, 1993 is not. That was like almost 30 years ago.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, let's take a phone call. 862. You're on the air. 862. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, welcome to the show.
Hello. Is it cool if I do 2 honorable mentions?
Yes.
Okay, number 12, I'll say Stephen Fulton. Number 11, Better Be.
All right.
Number 10, John Taylor.
All right.
Number 9, Beevil.
Hold on. You're going too fast for me. Sorry.
Number
man.
9.
Hold on. You're going too fast. So Taylor, number 10.
Say that again?
You're going too fast. Sorry. Number 10, Taylor. And then number 9?
Yeah. Beevil.
Beevil, obviously, because he beat Canelo. Give us a little explanation.
The reason why I get Beevil number 9 because he's supposed to be Canelo. A better big man always beat a smaller good fighter. So that's why I gave him that.
All right.
So he's supposed to do it. That's how I look at it.
Number 8.
Number 8, Stevenson.
Okay. Yeah, he's a good win.
Number 6.
7.
Number 7, Anui.
Okay. No. Inoue. All right.
Number 6, Canelo.
Okay.
Number 5 is the winner, Haney Kambosos. Because that fight, the reason I give him that because what's his name beat Lomachenko, then Kambosos beat what's his name, and then whoever wins that's 2 fighters that I feel like it's a good win. If Kambosos win, that's 2 good wins for him. So I feel like he deserves that. If he loses, hey. Number 5, I give. Wait, what number I'm on?
Hold on. You're on 4.
Oh, number 4, I give it to Spence.
All right.
Number 3, I give it to Jermell Charlo. Number 2, I give it to Usyk, and number 1, Terrence Crawford.
So you have Crawford number 1.
Yes.
All right.
Because he's annihilating everybody, even though some of them are over the road, but they still was good fighters at one point, and they are former champions, and he's actually knocking them out, all of them. He's
all right, I got a
knockout streak. So,
caller, just to complete your list because I fucked up. So Crawford number 1. Who's number 2?
Usyk.
Usyk number 2. Number 3 would be
Jermell.
Okay, Jermell. And number 4, Spence, right?
Yes.
All right, so let's go through this list. Crawford, Usyk, Jermell, Spence Jr., winner of Kambosos, Haney, Canelo, Inoue, Stevenson, Bivol, and Taylor.
Yes, and the two honorable mentions on Better Be and Fulton.
Right. Fulton and Beterbiev. Yeah, it's a good list. Any comments from Jimmy or Gonzalo? Crawford number 1.
Yeah, nope. I think most people should have Crawford in the top 5. It just all comes down to opinion.
Yeah. Hopefully that's
it's the way he beating them. Because I look at pound for pound list as dominant and
unanimous decision and not a close decision. And you find guys and it's a split decision. No, you're supposed to show the fighter that you're the guy and you annihilate them and show all the fans like this is the guy. He's the boogeyman. He's the guy to beat.
Yeah,
it's just that's the criteria you go by. Now, did you say you had Usyk on your list?
Yeah, number 2.
Yeah, Usyk on number 2 because Usyk could be number 1 if he beats Joshua, but we gotta see what happens with that fight.
Well, you don't think beating him the first time would have given him that? Plus the domination he had at cruiserweight. He's probably, arguably, the greatest cruiserweight champion, and maybe in boxing history.
Good point. They used to have Holyfield.
And to know that, and then on top of that, I'm sorry, Booch, I mean to cut you off, and all road wins. We all prop guys up for doing road wins. Every fight this guy has is on the road. Every fight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did have him, but I feel like how Joshua, every fight he loses, he always come back and win. So that's why I'll give it like it's a 60-40 fight. So I don't know yet. But if Usyk wins that fight, he's automatically number 1 to me. Then Terrence Crawford drops to number 2. But if Terrence Crawford beat Errol Spence, he's back to number 1 because they're both undefeated. And Joshua's got 2 L's. And he's chinny. And Joshua does not bite down. Once he feels like he's losing, and he just gives up.
Yeah, but he was still heavyweight champion, though, on this unified heavyweight champion for a reason, right?
Yeah. You're right about that, but I don't know. I feel like Terrence Crawford, because he's knocking out people. I feel like that gives him an edge more than Usyk. Usyk beating them in unanimous, but Terrence Crawford is knocking these guys out.
Carl, can I ask? And I'll ask Booch too. Do you feel Usyk's fight against Joshua was a close fight, or do you think it was pretty much easy to score? It was all Usyk.
That fight wasn't close at all. I bet it on Usyk. I bet it about 300 that he was going to beat Joshua. So I made back at least like 8. I don't remember.
Good for you, man.
I knew he was going to win.
So, but now if you add that too, think about that. An undersized heavyweight going up, and after only 2 fights at heavyweight, and arguably the best cruiserweight, and to beat him in that fashion. In fact, I think if it went another round, he might have stopped him, So I just think Usyk, I don't put him on there because I go by the old school. If I do the real pound, and you're not supposed to have heavyweights, and I understand that. But I'm talking about for straight achievements, you add up all the criteria that, goes into achievement, Usyk's got it hands down.
Yeah,
Usyk, if Usyk becomes undisputed, then he's definitely number 1. Because the heavyweight's already not supposed to be on the pound-for-pound list, and he came from cruiserweight. And if he becomes undisputed, then nobody can debate that. He's number 1.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
which I think he might if Tyson Fury doesn't retire. Then he'll become first guy to become 2-time undisputed.
All right, man. Thanks for calling. All right. Call back
again
next time.
Thank you.
All right. Just anybody else wants to say something before we take another phone call?
Well, I cut you off, Fucho. What were you about to say? Do you even remember?
No, I forgot, man.
Oh, sorry.
No, you did cut me off anyways. Let's
what's up? What's the problem with GGG? Just food for thought. Go ahead, Mucho. Take the call.
What's the problem with GGG? What do you mean?
I mean, he's not even considered or mentioned. It's like people like throw him under the rug or like it's forbidden to say his name.
Yeah, I'll tell you why.
Dude's fucking incredible, man. The punching power, the chin, all the knockdowns, the knockdowns.
I'll tell you why.
He's 40.
Yeah, but Gonzalo, I'll tell you why. Some people had him losing against Canelo. Then they mentioned that he's 40 years old. He struggled against Deryachenko, and then he hasn't fought anybody of any worth for a while now. And he would lose to whoever he fights next, a good name. That's what they believe.
Okay, that remains to be seen, but yeah, those are good points too.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That remains to be seen because we haven't seen him against tough. Wait,
I respect Gonzalo's loyalty.
That's right. Gonzalo giving Golovkin his credit. Let's take another phone call here. 917. You're on the air. 917.
Hey, hello.
Yo, what's up?
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
It's Lopez Senior, yo. Yeah, Lopez Senior. If Lomachenko didn't beat my son, forget it, bro. He'd be first on the list right now.
Man, are you outside? I hear a lot of wind.
Hold on. Yo, when I'm in Brooklyn, you don't talk to me like that, all right? My son with a Pino Pacheco. But they
Yeah, we
didn't
know.
want to do the rematch.
It's the Chinese. The Chinese were involved.
Listen,
anyways.
bro, Bob Arum's a fucking faggot, but that's besides the point.
All right. This is a family show. There's children listening to the show. You better watch your
No,
language.
it's not, bro.
We're not
I
in
run
Brooklyn.
boxing, bro. My son with a Pino Pacheco.
I know. But anyway, Scholar, we gotta move on. All right. I mean,
All
sorry,
right, listen,
father,
my pound for
senior.
pound is this. Listen, I'm not done, yo.
All right, give
pound
us your
for
list.
pound,
Then.
yo. Usyk
Yeah.
number one.
All right.
He's number one. Not even my son would have done that. I'll admit.
Okay, you're
Number
honest.
two is Crawford. You can't hold it. You can't say nothing about Crawford. He'll knock you out any night. Both hands. All right?
All right.
Number
All
three, my number three, Errol Spence.
Mm-hmm.
All right? That's a killer right under Crawford. Number four, he's retired, quote unquote, but Tyson Fury's number four. Come on, man. He's an abominable snowman out there.
All right. Number five.
Number five, he's got a big head. I don't like him, but I put Charlo.
He does have a big head.
What?
He has a big head. I agree.
Yeah, easy target. Anyway, move forward. Number six. What do you got, number six?
I have no idea. I guess you're missing Canelo,
The boxing
Lomachenko.
show, man. You got no idea.
Who? All right, caller, we can't hear you, man. Anyways, I don't know who this was. Oh, the list looked okay. No, actually, not really. I can't have Crawford or Spence top three, man. It's one or the other, man.
Yeah, it's kind of like Bibel's got a better resume, but it's like Bibel and better BF. Until something's defined, now you can put one of them like really, really high between the two guys that are on the verge of facing each other.
Yeah. Somebody's in the chat. This is another trash list. All right. Let's take another phone call. 978. You're on the air. 978. Jesus.
Hey, BDA. How you doing? It's Dennis from Boston. How are you, buddy?
This is Bucho, by the way, but welcome to the show. Can you shut the window? I think you're driving, no? Are you driving? There's a lot of wind.
Can you hear me okay, buddy?
Somewhat. Guys, can you hear him?
Yeah, better now.
All right, go ahead. Okay, I think he's fixing
What's
something.
up, Dennis?
No, I'll
Man,
try
what do you
and call
got?
back. I'll just listen. Let me know.
No,
No, I can hear you there. Try again.
Try again.
Yeah, so my top 10 list, I'll go through it real fast. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can't really go
I can
that
hear you.
fast. Yeah, but if you go fast, I won't be able to put in the names there. But you can go ahead. Do it fast.
Well, do it at the pace that you would think it would take for him to write it down. That's all. You know what I mean? Keep Bucho in mind.
But we'll go faster that way, Jimmy. Go ahead. Give
So
us your
number
list.
10?
Yes.
Okay, number 10, I have a weird list. Number 10, I think everybody does. Number 10, I have Beterbiev.
Uh-huh.
Number 9, I have Nonito Donaire.
Okay.
Number 8, I have Dimitri Bivol.
All right.
Number 7, I've got the lighter weighting Charlo.
Jermel, all right.
Yeah, the one who just unified. Number 6, I've got Triple G.
Oh, there you go, Golovkin.
Yeah, that's a weird one, right?
No, it's,
Yeah,
I mean,
my list's kind of going on long-term accomplishments.
right now Gonzalo's
On
happy.
that one.
Now
Number
Gonzalo's
5, number
happy.
5, I still have Josh Taylor in there.
Okay, makes sense.
Number 4, I've got Charlo.
Whoa,
I'm sorry. Number 4, I've got Canelo.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys.
All right, Canelo. All right, number 3. Who is
And
it?
number 3, I've got Inoue.
Okay.
And then Usyk and Crawford to top the list.
Okay. Usyk and Crawford.
That's it, guys. Great show. I wish I could hear you better. Keep up the great work. I love this show.
All right. Thanks for calling. Take care, man.
Thanks, Dennis.
Okay, bye-bye now.
All right, let's look at his list. I couldn't find Donaire's name. Where the fuck is it on my list? Nonito, maybe? Where the fuck is his name? I can't believe I don't have him on the list. Well. Nope.
Yeah, that's Dennis, man. He's a good guy. He calls in on Fridays a lot, too.
Yeah, his voice sounded familiar.
Right. You've been doing this for so many years, Bucho. You've heard so many guys.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm just typing Donaire's name so I can add him to the list. What did you guys think about him adding Golovkin and Donaire? Gonzalo, are you now satisfied with somebody finally?
Yeah. Well, almost. Just to round out the senior citizens, he should have thrown in there with the small guy. What's his name? The Nicaraguan guy.
You're right. Yo, Chocolatito. Nobody's adding no Chocolatito, right? Is that
Chocolatito, yeah.
Well,
no.
I didn't give my list like top 10 like actual list, but I would definitely have him on that without a doubt. How could you not? You know what I mean? How could you not? It's crazy. It's like, you know what it was? I think after he lost to that guy, the big fucking huge Thai kid or the Filipino, Rungvisai. I think almost people think like he kind of retired. It's like, you know what I mean? Like people aren't taking what he's been doing serious. It's just the most bizarre thing. You don't hear him get the props he should get. That and he's a little guy syndrome, you know? It's always been that way.
Yeah.
But if you think of the pound for pound list, if you don't consider the heavyweights, it is to consider the smaller weights, right?
So that's exactly the reason why for it.
Yeah.
Chocolatito's the reason for the pound for pound list.
Yeah, what I'm noticing is that it's only it's only Inoue that's being mentioned from this division, this lower weight division, so like below featherweight. It's only him.
It's because like really he only lost one. He lost one fight where he got knocked out against Drungvisai, the rematch. Then the Estrada fight, okay, whatever. It was a close fight. I thought he won. But then if you look at the grand scheme of like his resume and his legacy, he's got to be one of the greatest careers in the last 20 years.
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
You're right, because that first Drungvisai
no question
fight,
asked.
Yeah, you could say he won that first Drungvisai fight. And then, the second one he got stopped. But then after that, it's a comeback. He's made a comeback. And yeah, I think he beat Estrada a second time. So he just has bad luck, I guess. All right.
I would say he has good luck in certain ways. The first day he trained, he was taken off the streets under the Alexis Arguello from day one. Wow. That's some pretty good luck there to be trained by him. Right? So he lost it in the back end, right, Bucho?
No, I can't. Yeah, I mean, maybe bad luck recently or with those instances, but no, you're right. That's pretty good luck, man. Let's see. Let's take another phone call. 747. You're on the air. 747.
Hey, what it do? What it do? Can you hear me?
What's up? Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All right. Do you want me to go from 10 to 1 or 1 to 10?
No, 10 to 1. If you can.
10 to 1? All right, cool. At number 10, I got Tyson Fury.
Okay. So we're adding heavyweights. Okay.
Yeah, I don't buy that whole thing that you can't have a heavyweight on your list.
I agree with you.
Because if you put like Beterbiev against Chocolatito, Beterbiev would kill him, right? It's the same thing if you put like a light heavyweight versus a heavyweight. But
you're supposed to. It's supposed to be skill against skill. If Chocolatito was the exact same size as Beterbiev, I would pick Chocolatito, and with the same skill he possesses now, and all the same attributes, speed, everything,
no doubt.
I would go with Chocolatito all day. That's the reason for the pound for pound list. And I only brought the heavyweight because That was how it was started. That's all. The history of it.
No, I agree 100%. But that's what I'm saying. I don't have a problem including heavy. It's weird.
All right, number 9.
Number 9, I got Triple G.
Oh, showing some respect to the great Golovkin. That's good to hear.
Yo, one caveat with 9 and 10. At either 9 or 10, you could replace with Chocolatito. I would not have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then after the Devin Haney and Kambosos fight, you could drop either Triple G or Fury and put one of those dudes in there.
All right. Makes sense. Number 8.
All right. At number 8, I got Bebo for what he did against Canelo.
Yeah. Makes sense. Hold on, let me just find Bevel's name. There you go. All right, Bevel, number 8. Number 7 now.
At number 7, controversially, I got Josh Taylor.
Why controversially? Too low?
Well, because a lot of people are saying, well, he lost. No, because he lost. They're saying he lost against Catterall, which I saw the fight, and I think he did lose against Catterall. But for the same reasons that we got Canelo up there, you gotta have Taylor. I mean, he's unified.
Mm-hmm.
He got a gift decision, but so did Canelo. His run at 140 to unify was just as good as Canelo's at 168, if not better. So,
Are you saying it was a bad
you can't
night?
knock him down on the list for that.
Are you saying it was a bad night?
It was just a bad night. As far as I'm concerned, I think it was a bad night.
Okay. Number 6.
Number 6, I got Jermel or Jamal. I'm not really sure which one it was.
Yeah,
the one that
Jermel.
just unified at 154.
Yep.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
At number 5, I got Canelo.
Canelo. All right. He's still up there. Number 5. All right, number 4.
Yeah. At number 4, I got Crawford.
Whoa. You're the first guy that has Crawford, I think, number 4. Or maybe the second guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he's got the goods, but against the top tier 147s right now, he hasn't proved it yet. So
yeah, I
if
agree.
he beats
That's what I've been
Spence,
saying.
then he'll jump at number 1, I'm thinking.
Good point. All right, number 3.
Number 3, I got Inoue.
Okay. Wait, hold on.
And number 2,
Inoue. Where the fuck is Inoue's name? Fucking. Hey, man. All right, let's fuck Inoue, or I'll find it later. All right, number 2.
I got Lomachenko.
I got Lomachenko, number 2. Whoa. Okay, can you tell us why he's so high on the list?
Because it's not just resume, it's also skills, and I think he just has the skills to beat anyone at 135 and 130. Until he gets his ass handed to him like really badly, I just don't see him losing to any of the guys, including a rematch with Lopez.
All right. And number 1?
Undisputedly, it has to be Usyk. The man unified at cruiserweight, and mind you, his run at cruiserweight was just incredible. And then he jumps up against AJ, who's like 30 pounds heavier than him. Nah, it's got to be Usyk.
I agree. I think a lot of people are forgetting that cruiserweight run, and that tournament wasn't just a shitty tournament with like it wasn't like the super middleweight World Boxing Super Series tournament that didn't.
It was their best one.
It was their exactly, Jimmy. It was the best one, and Usyk on top of that, he was fighting in other people's hometowns.
Yep.
Exactly.
It was
that was a very respectable list, by the way.
It was so good that they made a tournament the year or the 2 years after that, and that one was good as well.
Yeah, exactly. All right, caller. Thanks for calling. All right, call back again next time.
All right, thanks, man.
All right.
All right, thanks.
All right, we're having a lot of phone calls.
You know what ended up ruining that? They always do in those tournaments: injuries and cross promotions.
Well,
that's why you can never hold those. It was just fortunate to get it that good back then. What's that, Pucho?
No, you're right, because the injuries. Remember the World Super 6 tournament, the super middleweight with Andre Ward and Froch and all that. They fucked that. They were doing a point system, and then they were dragging it for too long. And when you drag it for so long, there's bound to be a bunch of injuries and people dropping out. And yeah, that tournament, I didn't like that tournament, especially when some guy always fights in Oakland, California. I mean, come on.
Home field advantage,
Always.
everything was his way.
I would have liked to see Andre Ward go to the UK or maybe fight Kessler in Denmark. That would have been interesting. That would have been a big win. More impressive than just fighting in your hometown. But anyways, we're not gonna go back.
Well, and just once you just add also, he would not allow certain gloves to be worn. He controlled the thickness of the pad of the ring, everything, his way, or he didn't fight.
Good point, Jimmy. Good point. All right, let's take another phone call. Who the fuck's next? 267. You're on the air. 267. Go ahead.
What's up, Philly Irish here?
Yo, what's up, Philly Irish? Give us your list, please.
My number 10 fighter is Shakur Stevenson for the win against Oscar Valdez. Dominant win, by the way. My number 9 is Demetrius Bivol for beating Canelo and potentially could become undisputed. My 8 would be Lomachenko because I don't think Devin Haney or Kambosos beats him. Number 7, I will have to go Orr Spence. Number 6, I will go with Inoue. Number 5, I'll probably do Jamel Charlo for being undisputed.
Inoue, and then you have Jermel. Hold on, you're going too fast. All right, number 4. Who's number 4?
I will probably do Terrence Crawford, number 4, because he was undisputed at junior welterweight, and he has a belt welterweight and the opportunity to go undisputed at welterweight.
Okay.
Number 3, I will probably put as number 3. Oh man, I will probably go with like Chocolatito as number 3.
Finally. Oh no.
No.
Yeah, you're the first guy. Just to let you know, I think you're the first guy to add Chocolatito to the pound for pound list. All right, go ahead.
Number 2, I put Canelo because he's undisputed super middleweight. I don't take the loss against Bivol as bumping him down that much. And number 1, Usyk. He's beat every guy in their home country. He's undisputed at cruiserweight, and he's a unified heavyweight champion, easily beating Anthony Joshua, in my opinion, and I think he easily beats him again.
All right. Well, thanks for giving us your list. I like your list. And you added Chocolatito, so that's good. That's something different. All right. Thanks for calling in, Philly Irish.
No problem.
All right. Let's delete this list. Philly Irish showing some love to Chocolatito. Next call, 917. You're on the air, 917.
Hey, so number 1, I got Usyk.
Okay.
Guy's looking pretty damn good lately. Number 2, Clarissa Shields.
Okay, I don't have that
number
name on my
3,
list.
Canelo.
All right, Canelo, number 3.
Number 4, Terrence Crawford.
Terrence Crawford.
And number 5, Errol Spence. And I'll leave at number 5 because after that it gets shaky.
Yeah, I'm already lost here. Crawford, number 4. And then you don't have a 5, right?
5 was Errol Spence.
Oh, Errol Spence. Sorry about that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm surprised you added Clarissa Shields in there. You're the second person to add a female to the list. Maybe that's going to be a thing in the future, I guess.
I mean, unless they specify, like, no
90 seconds.
She is pretty damn good, right?
I guess so. You're right. But I just found it's interesting. Maybe something to think about. All right, caller. Thanks for calling in, all right? Anything else?
Quick question.
Yes.
You guys, I got a question. You guys going to do a show for the Haney Kambosos fight anytime soon?
Oh, yeah, for sure. But when's that fight, though? Is it next weekend? 28th, huh? Holy shit.
June, no, it's June. June 5th, I think.
Oh, June 5th. Ah, for sure we're going to do, yeah.
Almost here.
Yeah. So I guess in 2 weeks we'll start the whole fucking... we're going to do a bunch of shows. That's a big fight, and I'm pumped up for that fight. For sure, we're going to do multiple shows, man. So stay tuned for that.
All right. Thank you.
Take care. Yeah, that's a good fight, guys. We're going to be... I'm definitely going to try to host a bunch of shows. It's a good fight.
Yeah. You see, Haney gets credit. I mean, people think we talk bad about Haney. Not necessarily, like, entirely. Like, there's some things that are like, okay, we'll see what happens with the chin. But skill wise, I mean, the dude's talented.
Here's the thing. Maybe people think that I'll speak for myself. Maybe they think that I don't like Devin Haney because I don't buy into this whole
10 seconds.
Fuck, stupid phone calls. I don't consider him a champion. Yeah, I don't consider him a champion. I think he's an email champion. I think he's a good fighter. I think he's a contender, and there's nothing wrong with being a contender. All of a sudden, everyone has to be a champion. And you know why? Because there's so many belts that now everyone's a champion. And so if you're not a champion, then you're not good. No. If you're a contender, you're a good boxer. And Devin Haney is a contender.
And I also think, Bucho, that now that he's decided to go over there, like right now, that it changes more. He's more likable in that sense. Oh man, he's going overseas. He's risking what other fighters ain't doing.
How many
Right,
times
somebody says something about that.
How many exactly? How many times do we complain that American fighters don't travel? Now he's traveling. An American fighter is going overseas, so that has to be. You gotta give credit to Devin Haney, and he's fighting the guy who beat the guy who beat the guy. So this is a great fucking fight, man. Can't wait. Can't fucking wait. I think we're running out of time with the phone line, so let's try to do this a little bit quicker. 323, you're on the air. 323.
Yo, this is Jay Money. You guys hear me?
Yes, sir. Welcome to the show.
Okay. Yeah. So right away, I got Fulton at number 10, two-time weight champion.
All right.
I got Stevenson. Stevenson, number 9. Pretty dominant. Yeah, really dominant 130-pound fighter. Just beat a pound-for-pound fight guy in Valdez for me. So number 9. Charlo, undisputed at number 8. I believe he lost, so that's why, I have him kind of down. And he's never went up in weight, so I'm not going to, put him so high on the pound-for-pound list just for dominating the class that he's been in practically his whole life. Cambosos, undisputed. I believe that that route, that to get to that undisputed was great. And to me, it is undisputed just because of the bullshit that, Bob Arum and had with Eddie Hearn, and then with the bout. I believe that in my heart that Lomachenko was the WBC, bout holder. Taylor, number 6. That undisputed run to get all those bouts was incredible. You got top guys out everywhere. Prograis and Ramirez, those are top guys. Crawford, 140. And then what he did, beating arguably to me the best guy, one of the best guys at welterweight besides the top 2 guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then Inoue at number 4, the signature win against you guys mentioned him, the Filipino.
Donaire.
It's kind of yeah, Donaire. And then Chocolatito, number 3, the signature win against Estrada. Dominant throughout his whole career. Number 2, Canelo. I see a lot of people talking shit about Canelo. It's like, what the fuck? You guys got to realize that he practically started as a super same division as Charlo, 50 under 54, and he's going all the way to fucking light heavyweight. I mean, of course, if you fight someone good, he should get beat. Who else is fucking going up in weight? Nobody. So it's kind of ridiculous. But then Usyk, number 1. I don't like heavyweights in my list, but Usyk is number 1 because I don't believe Usyk is a heavyweight. Because he's a natural cruiserweight. He went up in weight, so I don't consider Usyk a heavyweight, but Usyk is definitely number 1, going up in like 2 weight classes essentially, right? So that's what I believe. So that's my list.
All right, good list, man. Thanks for calling. All right, I'll back again next time.
Have a good one. See ya.
A good list. He had a Chocolatito and like top 3. Impressive. By the way, Dennis, sorry for missing your super chat, or waiting too long. He says, right, change 10 Chocolatito, not Beterbiev, please. All right, he was talking about somebody's pound-for-pound list there. Thank you for the super chat, man. 650, you're on the air, 650.
Thank you for the super chat, man.
Oh, you need to mute your... there's feedback, I can hear myself. You mute your speakers.
You need to mute your...
Yo, caller, mute your speakers.
Oh, can you hear?
Yes, welcome to the show. Go
Hello?
ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I got Terrence Crawford #1,
All right.
and then I got Tyson Fury #2,
Okay.
Dimitri Bivol #3,
All right. That's interesting.
Spence #4,
Mm-hmm.
#5 Usyk,
5 Usyk. All right.
and the rest is just nah. Those are the top 5 guys.
Yeah. All right. All right. That's interesting.
Maybe Lomachenko #6.
All right.
Lomachenko #6, maybe #7. I don't know. Anywhere from up there is just a bunch of top guys that get jumbled around. But
Why
those
do
are
you
the
have
top 5 guys.
Why do you have Dimitri Bivol so high?
I mean, just pound for pound, just my eye test, bro.
Yeah.
He looks really good. He has perfect size for that division. He's so quick. Like, who's gonna beat him? I don't. Do you see anyone beating him at that weight?
What do you think about that Beterbiev fight? What's your prediction?
Beterbiev he's 40 years old. Maybe 5 years ago.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean,
He's 40 years old, man.
that's what I always say, man. He's what? He's 38, 39. He's almost 40. Yeah.
No, he's 39, moving on 40, I
shit.
think, next month. And he's been getting hit more and more often. He's been dropped like 3 times. I mean, I think Bivol would just box circles around him, just like he did with Canelo.
We're gonna have to wait and see, but so far, I mean, yeah, people forget this guy is not a new champion. He has some title defenses at 160. At 175. He just beat Canelo. He's not a nobody. I think people are now downplaying who Bivol was.
No.
Just to shit on Canelo, I think. It's like, oh, Bivol, he wasn't really that good. I mean, we've said it on this show for a while, man. If somebody's gonna give trouble to Canelo, it's gonna be Bivol.
No.
And for a reason, there's a reason why we said that. We're not flip-flopping and shit. We said it for a reason. But yeah, caller, good.
And I believe him. I believe him though that he fights up to competition because like you could tell that Canelo fight he wanted to hurt Canelo. Like I didn't see that in any other fight. I don't think he wanted to hurt his opponent, but in the Canelo fight, it looked like he wanted to hurt him.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that, see that. But yeah, it was a good fight. It was a
No,
good
look
fight.
at like the 10th round. Look at the ninth round on, like especially the 10th. Like he starts walking him down and just starts not caring about Canelo punching him. Especially the 11th. He just walked him down.
All right, I'll have to watch that again. But caller, thanks for calling. All right, man.
Right on, bro.
Take care.
Later.
Yeah, there was a round where Bivol was really pushing. I don't remember if it was the 10th, probably.
I think it was the 10th, yeah.
Yeah, I have my scorecard here still. Whatever. Well, phone lines are closed. I'm not sure if I'm gonna reopen them. But,
I'll make a pound for pound list, Mucho, right quick.
Right.
It's okay.
All right. You want to start from what? 10?
I'm gonna start from the bottom, then I'm gonna jump to the top, and I'll fill in the middle ones at the end.
Okay. So you go ahead. Tell me which one you want.
Number 10, let's throw in Gennady Golovkin, Golovkin. Triple G.
That's a good spot,
Number
man.
10.
Number 10. Yeah. I like that. All right.
Yeah. Then punching power, defenses. You guys know Triple G. You guys know. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. Number 9, we'll throw in Chocolatito Gonzalez.
All right. Even though
He's
he
got
lost. Even though he lost.
He's had a resurgence, and I thought he beat Estrada, and then he's captured a title back once again. He's beat Kyle Yafai, then he beat Ray Martinez, and then he's scheduled to. I don't know who he's going to fight next, but anyways, yeah, he's just been so dominant for many years.
All right.
So I'm gonna put Chocolatito number 2.
Oh, number 8, number 9, or number 2?
No, sorry, number 9. Yeah.
All right.
Number 9.
Yeah. All right. Next.
Yes. At number 8, okay, we got those two. Okay, I'm gonna go to the top now. Number 1 spot, I'm gonna put Alexander Usyk.
I knew it.
Okay, Alexander Usyk. You guys know, same thing. You all been talking about cruiserweight, then moved up to heavyweight. Yeah. Then number 2, I'm gonna put Terrence Crawford.
Terrence
undefeated.
Crawford. Yeah.
He's also been unified at 40, moved up, getting the knockouts at welterweight. It seems like he's just the fact that it seems like he's willing to take the fight. Okay, all right. Now at least he's not quiet about it. He says he's gonna do it. Okay, we'll put in number 2.
Gonzalo, here's my thing about Crawford. I just want to say this to create some spice things up over here. What's his best win at welterweight?
I would say for me it's Mean Machine. Mean Machine or the Sean Porter.
Sean Porter.
Yeah.
Okay, how long did it take for him to get that win though? Because what?
Yeah, because PBC and the whole crossing the road, and he jumped ship. So I think that was one good thing that came out of that. He jumped ship. Now he fought freaking Porter. So we'll see.
Man, all right. Yeah,
and it's not that it's not that Top Rank was bad. It's more that Top Rank doesn't want to do business. I think with PBC.
Okay,
in general.
But whatever the reason is, he didn't fight a lot of the best welterweights. Like you had Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Thurman, and Spence fighting amongst each other, right? And then you had Crawford on the other side, fighting Amir Khan. Kavaliuskas, and then lately, he got finally a big win against Thurman in the welterweight division. So for a while, he hasn't really been doing that much at welterweight. And then you have to take into consideration, okay, what did he do before that welterweight division? Well, he unified 140. What was his... I don't want to go into this thing, but I think you get my point. It was a long time ago, and even that 140 run, that super lightweight run, wasn't even that impressive. I think he's a good fighter. Number 2, that's just my opinion. I think it's a bit high, man.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Number 3, I'm going to put in that. This dude, he hasn't been that active. Again, going back to the top ranked guys, for whatever reason, the Japanese guy, Naoya Inoue. Yeah, if this guy doesn't do well, he's going to fight Donaire. But yeah, I was pretty much getting ready to kick this dude out. He can kick rocks if he don't start being more active. But for now, let's keep him at 3. And I'm even doubting myself, but just the fact that he's a beast, the monster, the way he knocks out fighters when he lands that punch, and how the dudes are how they're falling back, how they look when they get knocked out, man, it's pretty spectacular.
All right, that's true. I agree with that. Number 4. Or
number 4. I'm gonna go with number 5. I'm just gonna put in Canelo Alvarez in the middle of the pack. So we got Golovkin in the bottom. Then when Canelo beat Golovkin, he shot up to number 1. Now that he lost, let's put him in the middle.
Okay. Hey,
we're not gonna disrespect him that much. The thing with Canelo, yeah, he's got a lot of great attributes. He's still undisputed. The reason that I feel that he got a little exposed, and we knew this, the stamina. Because at 68, when he wasn't the one necessarily getting pushed back, when he was doing all the I gotta chase you down, he was looking good. But the moments that Caleb Plant and those other guys stepped to Canelo just a little bit, you could tell that there were signs that he was laboring to get the victories. But if you get a guy that can push Canelo like Triple G, and like Bivol did now, maybe if you get a guy like Benavidez at 68 in his own division, you're going to see something that you hadn't seen before as far as the stamina getting exposed, like he did against a guy that we're not going to read into it too much at 75. Because we saw the little pushing that fucking that Caleb Plant did, and maybe like around, you could see visibly that this dude is getting red like a fucking tomato because the stamina, same thing like at 54 when we first saw signs of that against, the undefeated fighter, the Texan dude that he knocked down in the 9th round, Austin Trout. Yeah. So there have just been signs, right? Now that wasn't it got exposed at 75, but we can't really he was facing the bigger guy. But 68, not against a back foot fighter, a guy that can pressure Canelo. Dude, I want to see that stamina tested. So I'm not gonna do him a disservice too much because, like I said, he got exposed in the stamina department, but he's still a top dog with the chin. Defensively, dude, the way he made fucking Bivol miss a lot of the times, that looked great. Too bad that he couldn't couple it by putting a dent and get like some offense going. But defensively, dude did pretty good. Canelo.
Yeah.
So we're gonna say 5.
All right, Canelo 5. So you're missing 4,
And
6, 7, 8.
And if I put Usyk in, although the thing with the heavyweights, yeah, they might not throw 1,000 punches, but if they can still be quick, and then you're taking heavy punches as well, dude, you're pound for pound because you're doing something that for a lot of guys it takes to take a heavyweight punch. When maybe chins are like, okay, who can take a heavyweight punch? Even like other heavyweights, I'm just gonna change it. I'm not gonna keep it like I already put Usyk in, and then the way Fury moves, pretty dexterous with the legs, and then fucking. That nice uppercut he landed against Dillian White and just the boxing skills in general, we're going to put fucking Tyson Fury number 4.
All right. So
because they can't say, well, light heavyweights can't move like flyweights. Yeah, well fucking lightweights can't punch like heavyweights. And then who can take a punch like a heavyweight really? Like nobody. So I'm just going to keep it to this now. This is my kind of list. Skill-wise also. Number 4, we're gonna Tyson Fury. So we got 3 left, kind of like the middle, like the lower tier guys. So we put Tyson Fury number 4.
All right.
Then at number 6, I'm gonna put the Canelo conqueror, Dimitri Bivol. The reason for that is that dude's racked up like 10 title defenses, maybe 11. The dude's like 3rd all time, behind Bob Foster, a great light heavyweight who's tied with Gus Levich. I think that's the dude's name. Those guys are tied for 2nd, and number 1, I think with like 25 title defenses is Michulseski or 26. Yeah, so number 3 would be in the all-time defensive title defenses would be Dimitri Bivol. Right, so the way he boxed, hardly loses rounds. Maybe the worst fight that he's ever had was like an 8-4 type of fight. So I'm just going to say he's supremely skilled. Put him in at number 6.
Number 7?
Dimitri Bivol. Number 7, see, those 2 are for, okay, we got undisputed guys that are like coming into the picture now.
Taylor.
And I'm just going to, we're going to put Taylor and we're going to put Jermel, what's the last name? Charlo. I'm going to put Jermel Charlo number 7 higher than Taylor because of the last performance that Taylor had. And dude, one thing, we'll put Charlo at number 7 just to start off.
All right.
Because 57, because now 54 is like a revolving door. Like nobody's really stringing together 2 fights without like losing. The glove size changes. Now it's not just speed; it's speed and power. So it's length. These dudes are getting taller, 5'10", 5'11". So you got punching power along with speed. The gloves changes in sizes, and nobody's like, winning, then winning again. But this guy's been able to. All right, yeah. Well, the rematch with Castano, but okay, he won now. Then same thing with the other guy.
Hey,
but the guy's got the belt.
You have Crawford at number 2, right? Based on not really what he has done at welterweight, but just overall, right? He's a multiple division champion, multi-division champion.
That's the thing. I'm not going to hold his feet to the fire just because of the situation with the welters. No, he was fighting at 35, 40, 47. At 47, he's knocking out all these dudes. So, yeah.
Right. Now imagine this, Gonzalo. Imagine he beats Errol Spence Jr. in that big fight that we want to see. And then imagine that after that, because he's running out of time, huh? He's 34, 35, I think. Jeez. So anyways, imagine he beats Errol Spence and then he moves up in weight and beats Jermel Charlo. That's super Hall of Fame shit right there, man.
Oh, yeah. That'd be incredible. Yeah, he would fucking get all the credit in the world, man.
Yo, he unifies 147 and then he fights the undisputed 154-pound champion and he beats him. That, man, if I was Crawford, I'd be like looking for that, man. Like, just, like, oh, man, I don't know. I just feel like he's just on the sidelines. Well, we'll see. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what Spence is doing. I want to see these fights, guys. I want to see.
I want to throw. Sorry, Bucho. I want to throw in Lomachenko in there instead of Taylor, but I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. Based on like what have you done for me lately, I'm just gonna leave Taylor. Although I thought he lost, but hey, you guys check that. Go back and watch that fight. I think Taylor rallied late. The rounds that he lost convincingly against Catterall. But there were some rounds where fucking Catterall was struggling in the end, and they were close rounds. But nonetheless, I think Taylor was pulling those rounds. He was winning them slightly. But yeah, I feel like I want to throw Lomachenko in there, but that would mean that I would have to kick out one of my senior citizens, like Chocolatito or Golovkin. But I don't know, or one of my heavyweights. But that's pretty much it, Bucho.
It will be Golovkin, I think.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for giving us your list. And yeah, maybe we should end the show now. I think there's gonna be a second Renaissance, so stay tuned for that, people. Second Renaissance. Maybe we'll have a show on that. I think there will be a show. Well, anyways, guys, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
You guys have a great night.
Take care, Jimmy. Take care, Gonzalo.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, boys.
Jimmy, no pound for pound list next time. Okay.
He doesn't.
Yeah, no biggie. I don't. It'll be boring. All right, brothers. You have a great night, everybody. Thanks for calling in. Peace.
All right, later.
Right. Yeah, I didn't. Jimmy doesn't like to. That's why I didn't ask him. I don't think he's a pound for pound enthusiast. I know there's some people that hate pound for pound lists, so I understand why. It's very subjective. All right, guys. Well, yeah, I think it's gonna be a second Renaissance after. Stay tuned. Just stay fucking tuned. Go on Discord. Stay on Discord. You know you're gonna get an update on Discord. Having said that, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. I'm sorry.
One more time. I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in every one of you. Disappointed in every one of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it, man. I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Let me tell you why. It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot. You just killed a little fucking man.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. Yeah, because you got nothing. Lobito! You got nothing.
I want to get out. I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA Boxing.